Hello and welcome to Math 201. So as we start off today, let's take a look at our syllabus. This course is a 3-credit course and it is going to meet over the next 8 weeks. Our course description says it's going to cover beginning calculus topics with personalized learning approach, and those topics that we'll be studying include limits, differentiation, applications of differentiation, and integration. So as we continue to scoot down our syllabus here to look at our important pieces of material, first we have got an ebook that is an OpenStax, so feel free to jump into that. And then also we have got a suggested outline of calculus textbook as well. We will be using Newton Alta to do your assignments as far as your mastery exercises, your midterm, and your final grade, or your final exam rather. It is very important that you verify your attendance within the first 7 days of this course so that you are not dropped as a no-show student, and that you continue to log in and submit work so that you do not violate the participation requirements. Again, you cannot go 14 consecutive days without submitting work. So as far as our course schedules, we're going to have readings each week. We're going to have discussion boards each week. We're going to have mastery exercises that are due each week. We're going to have certain critical thinking exercises, and then again, that midterm and final exam. So as we go through our modules, we have got 8 modules, each module corresponding to a week. So that you can see in the first module, we'll have a discussion board and mastery exercises. In the second week, we'll have our first critical thinking assignment, a discussion board, and a mastery exercise. The third week, we'll have a discussion board and a mastery exercise. The fourth week, you'll have your midterm exam, a discussion, and a mastery exercise. Weeks 5 and 6 are the same in the fact that you've got a critical thinking exercise, a discussion board, and a mastery exercise. Week 7 is a discussion board and a mastery exercise. And then week 8 is when we will take our final discussion board, and also our final mastery exercises. As far as our grades, here is our grading scale. Do note that we're using pluses and minuses, so be very conscientious about your numeric score, including that decimal value. So let's come over here into modules and scrolling down here for you all that are coming straight out of pre-calculus. This should be a great transition. For you all that have been a minute since you've taken a pre-calculus class, you might want to go through module 0 just so that you would get a good review of those pre-calculus concepts before you dig in. So with each of our modules, you'll notice that we have an opening exercise, an overview, the sections that we're going to be covering, the mastery exercises, and the discussion board. So I did want to remind you with your discussion boards that you're going to need to answer the prompted question by Thursday and make 2 peer replies by Sunday. As far as your mastery exercises, I always encourage you to complete them by the end of that particular week, although you do have access to them for the duration of the course. Did want to let you know that on Mondays when I grade for the week, if you have not completed the mastery exercises, I will be putting a 0 there so that you'll see how that impacts your grade. But once you complete that assignment, then you will see your new grade come over. Week 2 is set up the same way. Week 3, same way. I did want to remind you in week 3 that we will have our first live lecture. So during the week 2 announcement, I will denote the day and time for that live lecture. Module 4, Module 5, Module 6 is another module in which I will be giving a live lecture. So in the week 5 announcement, I will denote that so you can mark your calendar. And Module 7, and finally Module 8. So if you have any questions about the course, feel free to send me an email, but I look forward to meeting you in our first discussion board. Have a great first week.